Do you know what imposter syndrome is?
Yeah, I
do. Imposter syndrome, I feel like, is feeling like you don't belong in the position that you are, feeling like you're not adequate or not at the same level as your peers.
It is when you feel that you are somehow faking or getting by.
Somehow you're the only person that seems to be struggling.
You feel like you don't belong, regardless of like your accolades or how much you've accomplished. You just feel like you're never enough, whether that's like academically or like professionally or even sometimes personally.
Feeling like you are not in the right shoes.
I think insecurity or like suspicion or the sense of I really shouldn't be here.
It's a feeling of either not belonging or not deserving to be at an institution, usually of higher learning, but really of any occupation that is in large part related to your identity.
There are a lot of reasons for why you may feel like an imposter, like as a minority.
When you think you don't deserve the position or the opportunity that you absolutely do.
The feeling of being inadequate, even though there's all this evidence to the contrary, and even though you're actually super awesome.
And have you ever experienced imposter syndrome?
Yeah, a lot.
I have.
Yes.
Yes.
Certainly.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I've experienced it pretty much at every level until medical school. In high school, I ended up being admitted to like the number one like public school in Illinois, and in my graduating class there were probably only 8 or so Black students. And kind of the narrative is that you only got in because you're Black. You only got in because you're Black. Like regardless of your scores, like people don't need to know how smart you are, what kind of grades you got or anything. It's just like, oh, there just aren't that many Black people here. Obviously, you only got here because you're Black.
Any success that you have, I think for me growing up, is just because of your race. But any failing is a failure to your race. And so I think about that a lot, especially in medical school, where I failed a lot more than I ever have before.
Especially on the interview trail, there would be times where I felt like I was totally inadequate compared to the people that were sitting next to me, especially in a situation like an interview where you're trying to get admitted to this school. Coming into med school was one time when I felt it, when, although I got into med school and I'm here at this place that I love, with people that I love, sometimes those kind of feelings creep in when you're around other people who are super awesome and you start to compare yourself.
This constant feeling of like, oh, I could have done so much more, and everybody else around me is probably doing way much more than I am.
When there's like clinical questions that are being asked and I don't know the answer, or it takes me more than 3 seconds to come up with the answer, and like my classmates are like saying it out loud, or I still don't get it. I think that those are the moments when I feel like, wow, like I really need to put more effort in, or like you just kind of feel like what you're doing isn't quite enough.
Failing an exam, for instance, in medical school really makes you feel like you've let down yourself, your community, all of your support bases, your family, friends, whatever it is. But at that moment, you're like, do I even deserve to be here if I can't even pass like another routine exam?
It's a joke, like in the workplace you rise to your level of incompetence. So I would always feel like, oh, this next time I'm going to get found out. Like this next hard thing that they asked me to do, I'm finally going to come up short.
I happen to be the oldest medical student in our year, and at times that makes me feel really good and really happy to be in medicine, and at other times it makes me feel really insecure and like I'm just playing doctor and I really shouldn't be here.
I think just having the white coat on and seeing yourself with a white coat is very almost like pretend until you've done it enough times that it just sort of becomes a part of who you are.
In those instances, what are things that you tell yourself or things that you do to remind yourself that that's not true?
I like to think about where I've been and what I've done, and just like, I don't know, just how great I am and how happy I am to be where I am. I try and slow down my thinking and just ask myself, like, why am I feeling this way? And is that kind of like a rational reaction to this or more of an emotional reaction?
right now. I just tell myself study harder. I don't tell myself like, because if I'm feeling it, I'm not going to believe all the reassuring stuff I could tell myself. So I just use it to motivate myself.
At this point, I'm an adult, and I feel like I've done enough things to prove myself. I feel competent.
It's like a daily process, There's not quite like a method that I have that's like the cure-all for it, and so it varies between like doing things that I find fun, or like talking to my family, or talking to my friends, or just reminding myself that like here are a list of things that I know that I did.
So talking with classmates, peers, and even people that are higher up than you.
I always felt like my peers were able to reassure me that like I did belong here, and like it was all going to like come together and feel like I was going to feel like a physician eventually that belonged in the white coat.
So just like really being kind to myself, that's really hard sometimes. Like, no, I am enough. Like, I'm doing my best. Like, I do know things, and like rewarding myself.
All my usual coping mechanisms, like sleeping, going for a swim, like riding my bike, reading a book that has nothing to do with med school.
Do you have any words for people who will be or are currently experiencing imposter syndrome as they work through their life, their profession, their education?
Celebrate the small moments as you go through whatever process you're going through. I think imposter syndrome is that kind of reminder that we're not quite there to our ultimate end goal, but there's so much to look at in between. There's so many steps along the way.
I would say take inventory of who you are and what you've accomplished.
You are absolutely meant to be wherever you are. You have earned your place in whatever program you're in whatever career you're aspiring to be in.
I joked on the previous answer, but like sometimes I would think like, okay, I know a lot of people that have been in my shoes before that have succeeded and been able to get to the next stage that they're thinking about. So I would just sit back and think like, if they can do it, I can as well.
People always want to discourage you because they're scared in themselves. So I think you should have confidence in yourself and just go for what you want.
You're not alone, and that means that like whether you reach out to friends that are near you, friends that are in your program, friends that are doing completely different things, like just having someone else I think can really, really help.
It always helps me to kind of zoom out and think like this is part of this amazing trend to have a more inclusive and interesting group of doctors who are training, and it's really important to support each other and be kind to each other.
I think one of the dangers is hyper-individualism and only focusing on your own story. And that for me, whenever I do that, that's when I get into like the real depths of imposter syndrome, into the real depths of feeling like I don't belong or don't deserve something, because I focus on all my individual imperfections and focus on all the things that I individually think I could do better. But that's also because I'm human,
Recognizing how far you've come, right? Like your story is like since before you were born, right? It's your parents' story, and realizing that is where you started and this is where you are now will kind of show you that you're not an imposter. You're just like a badass.